Hey boys and girls, it's Miss Parker. We had something happen here at our house this morning that was a little scary. As you can see behind me, I have part of a tree that broke off and fell into my yard. And it's a little bit unnerving and a little bit scary, but the rest of the tree is still standing. It was just part of a tree that broke off. And so as I'm looking around out here, I realize, I can make some scientific observations from this. So why don't you come with me and let's go look at this tree. We're going to actually take a peek on the inside of the tree trunk. So look at this, where the tree actually splintered off. We've got healthy wood and we've got non-healthy wood. This is the inside of the tree trunk, and you can see that there is an actual root system in there. That's because there are other trees that are growing from this one tree. You can also see where the dark places are. That's wet wood, and that's the reason why my tree actually broke. And look, there's a slug inside the tree trunk because it likes damp places. A slug is an invertebrate. It's an organism or an animal that does not have a backbone. All plants are organisms. An organism is something that is living. This was a hackberry tree. And as you can see, this is what a hackberry leaf and a hackberry actually looks like. The leaves are very smooth. This is moss that's growing on the tree trunk, and moss is another type of plant. So it's another type of organism as well. And as you can see, the moss is relying on the tree for it to actually survive and to live. Here's a millipede. This is another type of invertebrate. This is an organism with no backbone. The millipede actually relies on the shady parts that the tree provided. And you can see here, because we have touched it and we've put it in the sunshine, it is actually uncurling itself, and it's really cool just to watch it move. On the tree trunk, there are ants that are living on the tree trunk. These are black ants. They will bite you, but they don't sting. But you can see here that the ant is actually relying on the tree trunk. Spiders are another type of organism that might live in a tree. Of course, the puppies don't rely on the tree, but they are vertebrates. This is an example of an animal that has a backbone. A squirrel does live in the tree. It does rely on food from the tree. Possums also rely on the tree as well. All of these would be vertebrates. They're animals with backbones. We have so many different birds in our backyard. They are also vertebrates. They have a spine. And of course, the birds rely heavily on the tree. That's where they nest. That's where they land on the branches and get their shelter from. So boys and girls, thank you for coming and observing the tree with me and the different organisms that rely on trees in our backyards. I've realized that since my tree has fallen, we have more than just the problem of the tree in the yard. We now have the problem of the organisms that rely on the tree to live. Their habitat is gone. So I'm just wondering if maybe you can help me come up with a solution to this problem. So my challenge to you is to design a habitat for one of the organisms that lives in the tree or relies on the tree. Design a place for these animals to be able to live. You can build using recycled materials from your house or whatever you can find. But again, as always, please make sure that you are talking with the adult in your house before doing any constructing to make sure that you have permission to use the materials that you want to use. I am excited to see what you come up with. I am going to ask your teachers to share with me if you would send your designs and your pictures of your habitats to your teachers, and if they would share them with me. I cannot wait to see what you guys come up with. And again, I thank you very much for helping me to solve this problem. Currently, my husband is working to remove the tree. But what can we do to help the organisms who rely on the tree? Thank you, and I will talk to you soon.